Hi all, welcome to OET Speaking. Today we can discuss an OET role play. Here the setting is a community health center. You are talking to a 30-year-old man who has been referred by his GP for advice on weight loss. The patient has been experiencing breathlessness on exertion and has been advised for weight loss to improve his health. The patient is overweight and has a BMI of 25. Task: discuss the importance of losing weight. Breathlessness may be caused by overweight. Ask questions about general lifestyle, drinking and eating habits. Next one, I provide advice on increasing physical activity and lifestyle modification. That is, reducing alcohol intake, healthy diet. Advise him to come back for a review in 4 weeks' time. Here, this setting is a community health center and it's the first visit. So, the patient is unknown to you. So, no need to ask the name before the role play. You can start by saying good morning. Probably the patient might wish you. Then you can introduce yourself. You can say like, please be seated. My name is Sarah. I am the community health nurse. Then you can ask, how may I address you? Then patient will tell his name. Let's assume the name is Mr. John. After that you can say, Mr. John, I understand that you have been referred by your general practitioner for a discussion about your weight. Is that right? Instead of asking how can I help you, we can ask like this way, because in the background information it is mentioned that patient has been referred by his general practitioner for advice on weight loss. So we can ask like, Mr. John, I understand that you have been referred by your general practitioner for a discussion about your weight. Is that right? Probably the patient may tell you like, sister, I have been experiencing breathlessness while playing. But I don't think my weight is a serious issue because many of my friends are obese. At that time, we can say like, yes, it is true that many people carry overweight nowadays. But you know, Mr. John, the impact of obesity will be different from person to person. Usually, the ill effects will be seen after a long time. But we must consider the long-term effect of being overweight. Then you can say like, and you said me, you have been experiencing breathlessness while playing. Do you have this problem during rest? Probably the patient may reply like, yes sister, I have breathlessness only with activities. At that time, as per our first task, we need to explain about the cause of breathlessness and the importance of losing weight. So you can tell like, this is probably something that you are not hoping to hear, but you know, Mr. John, being overweight is one of the causes of shortness of breath. Therefore, it is important that we discuss some ways to stabilize your weight in order to avoid future complications. Is that okay? Sometimes the patient may agree with you. Then you can move on to the second task. If the patient doesn't agree with you, at that time you can say like, Mr. John, as you are experiencing breathlessness only with your activities, it is quite clear that the cause is extra body weight. If you have any other problem, you will experience this breathlessness in other occasions. Probably at that time the patient may agree with you. Then we can ask questions as per our second task. So you can ask question like, is that okay if I ask you some questions about your lifestyle? After taking his permission, we can ask questions like, could you tell me about your food habits? Would you mind telling me if you drink? How often do you drink? Do you exercise daily? These questions you can ask one by one. Then probably the patient may tell you like, he leads a sedentary lifestyle and not doing any exercise and he drinks alcohol. Then you can say like, thank you for answering. It helped me to understand your situation much better. Then, as per our third task, we need to provide advice on lifestyle modification. So, you can say like, Mr. John, I would like to give you some recommendations which will help you to live a healthy life. Is that okay? After getting his permission, you can say like, there are 3 things I'm going to discuss with you. Firstly, it's very important for you to include some physical activities on your daily routine. Probably the patient may not agree with you because he is having busy work schedule and there is no time to do any physical activities. Then we can tell him like, how do you get to work? If he uses car, then we can say like, you could consider walking to work. It is an effective way to improve your. You could consider walking to work. It's an effective way to improve your health. I know it might be a little difficult at first, but it will have a profound impact on your health in the long run. Sometimes the patient may agree with you. If the patient is reluctant, then you can say like, Mr. John, I think you could start by walking 10 minutes every alternate day and gradually increase the duration. How does that sound? If the patient agrees with you, then you can move to the next task. Like you can say, Mr. John, secondly, you need to eat a well-balanced diet including more fruits and vegetables. Eating a healthy diet is also very important for your general well-being. Sometimes the patient may agree with you. If the patient becomes reluctant, then we can say like, I can sense that you are worried about changing habits all at once. Don't worry, Mr. John, you can make gradually by including 1 or 2 portions of fruits and vegetables in your diet. Probably the patient may agree with you. Then you can say like, okay, Mr. John, I'm glad with your decision. Then we can move our final suggestion. So you can say like, finally, can I suggest you to limit your alcohol intake? Probably the patient may not agree with you because he leads a busy work life. In order to get relaxation, probably he relies on drinking. So we can tell the patient like, Mr. John, I do really understand your worries. I'm not advised to give up altogether, but I highly recommend that you can limit your daily intake of alcohol because it's very much important that you reduce your intake for your general well-being. Is that okay? Probably the patient may agree with you. Then you can tell like, I understand it's going to be difficult at first, but it's absolutely necessary that you lose some weight to avoid adverse effect on your health. Then you can say like, do you have any other concerns or are you okay with my suggestions? If there is no concerns, then you can move to the last task. You can say like, please come back for a review after 1 month. Meantime, if you need any help, you can call me at any time. I am happy to help you. Then you can wind up by saying, I hope I have cleared all your concerns. Once again, I assure you that if you follow our instructions, you will be able to lead a healthy life. Thank you, Mr. John. In this way, you can end up your role play.